Looking at system block diagrams, they are a breakdown of a complex system into a series of simple blocks. They don't go into any detail. So here we've got a block which says it's a touch sensor. It doesn't say how the touch sensor works, it doesn't tell you exactly what component you're using, it doesn't say how many other components you need to work with it to get it successfully. It just says I need an input which is going to be acted by somebody touching it. I need two of them because on our buggy we're going to have two. As it happens, we're using micro switches, one for the left, one for the right. So here's my two inputs to tell whether or not there's something in front of the buggy on either the left hand side or the right hand side when it touches. So we're using micro switches. It could be that you use light sensors, you could use push pressure pads, you could use piezo crystals, all sorts. But we don't worry about that in a system block diagram. We just say, I need some sort of touch sensor. We'll worry about what it is later. But those touch sensors, they need to put their signal into a PIC chip. Once again, there's a whole range of different PIC chips that we could choose. There's various components you need to go with a PIC chip to get it to work. We're not interested. System block diagrams give you a simple visual way of understanding what your whole system needs to do. It's not looking at the nitty gritty. So we're just saying, yep, there's a PIC chip. It's going to control a motor driver, and then the motor driver is going to control two motors. The motor driver, we need a motor driver because we have to have a certain amount of voltage and current to be able to power the motor, and often the PIC chip cannot supply it. Plus, if we have a motor driver, we can easily get the motor to turn in either direction simply by changing the signal from the PIC chip to the motor driver. So this is a very simple system block diagram. Each time you draw a system block diagram, each block has to actually have a rectangular box around it. You must have system flow arrows going, saying this goes from here to this one. Got to have an arrowhead. And then within each block it is just a simple statement of what the block needs to do, not the details of the nitty-gritty. Now at the bottom of this page you will find a whole list of components. Okay? What you need to do is you need to decide whether or not these components are input blocks, process blocks, or output blocks. So if we're looking at this, here are our inputs, the touch sensors. They are taking a signal from outside of the circuit, converting it into an electronic signal. These are both process blocks because they are looking at the electronic signals here and adapting or editing them, altering them so that it goes to the next one, still dealing with the electronic signal here. And these two are outputs. They take our electronic signal and they transfer that energy into rotary motion. So you need to look through this list, do a little bit of research and decide for each of these, are they input, process or output.